me. That's fine. Okay, gentlemen, please lag.
And welcome back to the Kellogg Arena here in Battle Creek, Michigan, where we are ready for our next match here. Expecting a tense battle between Sharik from Singapore playing against Chang from Chinese Taipei. My name is Tim de Ruiter, and with me in the booth is the legend Tony Robles.
How's it going, buddy? How you feeling today? I know you were a little bit under the weather yesterday.
Yeah, I'm a lot better today, thank you.
That's great.
So, how you been?
Great. I had a close match with Federer. Had an opportunity to win the match against him and missed a spot shot in sudden death to win the match. And didn't make another one after that. He made the following one, and I missed the last one. So it was an exciting match. I gave him a bit of a heart attack.
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. So we just seen Chang break the balls from the side. Made the one in the side, but a little unfortunate not to see the two.
So I noticed this tournament compared to 10-ball tournaments in the past that we've done, including the Michigan Open last year and the Ohio Open, that this is actually the first tournament where I see the top players consistently breaking from the corner.
Yeah, we talked about this a lot, especially last match where I seen Jason Shaw ran 3 breaking runs in a row, breaking from the side. And it was a really funny thing that in Austria, where they finished, I think it was 3rd in the world teams, that we had a little argument about, yeah, but it's 10-ball, you're supposed to break from the center. And I told him, I said, no, that's not true. Like, you know, you as a player have the ability to change to find the winning break. That's the only thing you got to do. There is no certain spot you have to break from.
Right.
And now he was breaking from the side and making 2-3 balls and running out like water. It was.
That's funny.
Like, it just changed his. Hopefully, I changed him a little bit there. And well, not saying you have to break from the side. Like, we've seen great breaks from the center, but it's just that now when we're playing hand rack, it's just a complete different dimension. You got to play smart.
You know, now that I've seen this happen, this event, when I get home, I'm going to practice both breaks with the template rack and you know, keep a little log of how it goes just to see if there's a major difference.
I mean, I think you can make the one just as consistent as one of the two
second
back balls.
Right.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think the key is to hit the ball squarely as possible. But Thorsten had a break last match where he broke the rack and cut the one slightly, and it sent the one straight into the side pocket.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know that Federer played Alex Pegula in a big set, and they were playing with a magic rack, 10-ball, and Federer was breaking from the side and just soft and made a one in the side every break.
Oh, wow.
Just soft. Like.
Yeah.
But of course, this is with a magic rack, so
of course
it makes it a little more difficult now. But just to show the difference, you know, it can be very useful.
When my match against Federer earlier, Federer broke from the side the first set and part of the second set, and I don't think he ever made a ball on the break. If he did, it was only one time. I think he got kicked in. So then towards the end of the match, he started breaking from the center.
Yeah, of course it always differs, but. That's what we like to see, some changes here and there. And an unsuccessful jump from Sharik
Oh, wow.
gives Chang the first opportunity to take the lead in this opening set.
Let's see how he gets on the 5.
Yeah, this is not easy as he's not so straight on the 4, so drawing back is not an option. So expect him to go 3 rails, maybe 4.
Would you consider shooting the 6-8 only because it would be easier to get from the 7 to the 9 after pocketing the 6-8 and then the 6 and the 7?
Could be, but I'm not sure if he can still set up nicely now from this 5-ball.
Right, he might have to just go with follow and go 1 rail.
Oh, it's either that or
I don't know what he's looking at. I think something distracted him.
he might go forward 2 reels.
They just got to be careful with the 9 ball, right?
Well, prime position here on the 6. Needs to make sure he gets a little bit more to the left side.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to leave himself that angle towards the 10. Yeah, nicely done. Got to the left side of the 8. If you look at the side pocket, the left side, for the viewers at home.
Now draw to the center of the table.
So we are playing 2 races to 4, winner break, and then if both players win a set each, we're having a deciding shootout. Very tense, very exciting usually, those shootouts. And we could be expecting one here, as Sharik Sayed beat Carlo Biado earlier today, so
Good for him. Carlo is not easy to beat, and Carlo Biado won the first set of that match.
yeah, he won 4-1, and then the second set Sharik won 4-0. So that means he could bounce back in case that Chang starts rolling in this first set, and shouldn't be over fast. So that's what I did a little background check, and
Over here on this table, you have Savannah Easton in a shootout with Ashley Burrows in the women's event.
oh, yeah, a little back and forth as I can see there. You know, this shootout format, it just makes the players tense and makes everything more exciting. So Chang breaking again from the side.
Most right-handed players, at least from what I've seen in my career, normally break from the opposite side, but every once in a while you run into that player that's a right-handed player and prefers to break from the opposite side.
Well, I break from this same side as well.
Yeah.
I don't like the left side. I like this side.
It's weird how that works.
Good break there. Just that one came up a little bit too high. Need a little bit
Did it
more
spin
cuts,
in? Yep.
but makes a 6 and has a shot on the 1. Just look at how he controlled the cue ball as well. I haven't really seen many breaks like this where they also had the cue ball nice. The only thing I could tell him is I seen a little spin on that cue ball, which does throw the 1 ball maybe too high.
That's correct.
So if he could break without that spin, I think it would maybe favor him even more.
Of course, it's almost the equivalent of breaking from the center and squatting the cue ball.
But who am I if he runs out here?
You know how it is. Commentators and spectators never miss a ball.
Yeah,
Right?
very true, very true. So, and a nice layout here.
Oh, yeah.
Not really tough.
Well, you know, the 4 and the 5 are a connected dot type pattern. So you don't have to do anything special to get to the 5 because of the position of where the 4 is.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll roll this in, 4 on the side. He looks comfortable. He plays quick.
Oh, yeah.
He usually takes a little bit more time, but he...
No, last
he's
couple of
ready to
times
go.
I've seen him play, I've seen him speed up his game a bit. But he seems to speed it up just like everyone else, but not by choice, whenever they're on the TV table.
Yeah, of course, we're also playing with a 30-second shot clock here, so both players have 1 extension each per rack, but it does really speed up some players. And well, I know him from taking his time like a bunch of times. Not saying he's slow, but he's like very deliberate usually.
Right.
And well, it might really do him well playing with the shot clock. And I think this is key shot, or at least for me, this 7 ball was key shot.
Yeah.
Just to be like, if you can stun off the rail and get straight on the 8, that's okay. If you want to travel more, that's okay, but you really need to stay in line.
Yeah, if you're trying to get the 8 on the side, you really need to hit this with enough draw and spin to get past that side pocket and beat the scratch.
It's just there's a bunch of stuff that
Yep,
can go wrong
which is
here.
actually exactly what he did.
Well, and great speed as well. Hit that well, and Chang is putting up a small clinic until now.
You know how it is, too. It's hard to win if you don't get to shoot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've seen it before today. Jason Shaw playing John Mora completely overran John. John never got to shoot in the first set. And then when he finally got to shoot, he was already 2-0 down in the second set.
Yeah.
It was brutal, and this looks almost identical to that match. Referee Dwayne Payne racking the balls for Chang from Oklahoma. And here we have Chang from Chinese Taipei. Flew all the way here. I expect him to stay a couple months in the States, playing probably the US Open, the International Open.
Are you playing in any of those?
Yeah, I'm playing both of them. Yeah, and the American straight pool as well.
Yeah, I love straight pool. That's my favorite game.
So I can't wait back in action. Same for him. He's been out of the picture because of COVID, of course, so he's probably stoked to be back. And
I thought the Cole brothers were going to be here, but I guess they're probably going to the Ohio event.
yeah, this event just is a couple weeks before everything, so a lot of players already came here and staying 2 weeks
Right.
in between somewhere and then go to the US Open, and some players, they didn't like it enough. That's how it goes. And Chang did overcut that break a little bit too much. The one ball hung in the side pocket, like it rattled, but it decided not to go in. But no easy shot, and there is a carom
billiard.
on the 10.
Yeah, that's what he looked at. He pointed his finger where he wants the cue ball to hit to make that 10 ball.
Well, the thing is, the 6-7 is closed, is tied up together, so it's not an easy run out if he doesn't make it. And I would have a swing here.
I would definitely go for this, no doubt about it.
I think he did, and oof,
Ooh.
good try. And a little bump from that 9 ball, pushing him quite safe too. Not much here for Chang. Might see a nice creative safety shot, but could also bring bad news. Might be able to bank over the 1 ball and get the cue ball
3
1,
rails.
2, 3 behind the 6-7. But you might leave a 1-10.
Yeah, he needs to focus on the speed of the cue ball, I think, more than anything.
Oh, he could cut it in the other
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
I hope he called that. I would imagine he called it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, that's a serious cut.
Yeah.
Of course, he used a bit of the 8, but wow. So maybe, no, he didn't. I was thinking maybe he could play it to the corner and bump the 7-6 open with still the 3 in the top right corner.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but I think the 3 is too high, too far above where the 7.
Yeah,
Unless he knew he had an angle.
If he could
Right.
bump out off the 2 balls, it would be great. But of course, he can still do something with the 5, but things are tough from here.
He needs to get on the other side of the 4 in order to do something.
Yeah, maybe he can draw now into them with the 4.
Yeah.
I do like that. If he bumps it, wow.
Oh, wow, very nice shot. Yeah.
That's a super shot there.
It was a risky shot, but he got rewarded because had he missed the 7 and hit the 6 and stopped behind the 7, he would have been stuck. So.
Yeah, I expected him maybe to shoot it with a little bit more speed to always get the cue ball out, but he did great there, and not much that Sharik can do here. Tried one carom, which I actually think was the right shot, and
yeah.
now he's stuck in the seat, and Chang is just solving all the problems. Oh, maybe got a little short? No, it looks good.
I think he's fine.
I thought he was a little short, but
That's
it's okay.
perfect. He's
Yeah.
perfect, if anything.
Just that 9 ball maybe could need some extra work. If he can get as straight as possible on this 8, he can get to the short side of the 9 instead of going to the other side. I do like that. Because if he, well, I think he left himself a little
too much angle,
angle
right?
to go to the short side now with low left.
Yeah, because if you go the short side, like you said, you avoid a possible scratch on the side.
Okay, well, he's playing forward. He wants to be as straight as possible on this 9. And
Here, you don't have to do anything special. Just make the ball. If you leave the cue ball near the side pocket, you should be fine.
yeah, well, if he likes, he can draw it just a little bit, but I wouldn't go all the way back up table. I wouldn't do all that.
No, you don't need to. But knowing him, he's so confident. Don't be surprised if he does draw the ball.
He might, yeah.
Yep, there it is.
And this to go on the hill in the first set. Chang from Taipei. Chinese Taipei on the hill here.
Like you said, playing very fast.
Yeah, no real chances for Sharik in this opening set. And we'll go for a short break. We'll be right back. And we are back here at the Seybert Michigan Open in Battle Creek, Michigan. Chang Lin about to break off here, being on the hill in the first set.
Look at that control.
Big
Look
break.
at that
The
control.
one hung on him, and the 9 ball maybe? No.
Nope. But look what happened. No shot for Sharik.
Yeah, this set has not been going real well for Sharik. Here we see the replay. Nice cue ball. Still put some spin on there, so I really think it's just because of he put that little spin on there that the 1 is coming.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a serious talk with him after the match.
Yeah, oh yeah. He's horrible right now. He's such a mess. No, he's been playing great, and, well, it's...
When hasn't he played great, right? He's one of the most consistent players, I think, in the world.
Well, I tell people, like, a lot of people don't know him around here, and I tell them, like, you know, he's, like, one of the best players in the world. They go, oh,
and
really?
And gamblers.
And, yeah.
He's going to pocket the 9 and call a push.
Oh. Not happy there. I'm not sure why. But I know that I am not shooting this. I mean, what can you do here?
I don't like it.
You can shoot the 1 into the 10 and get the cube all the way back up, but...
I mean, the only possibility I see here is hit it with low left hit the 1 to the 10 and try to draw 2 rails to the left side of the table, potentially using the 3-5-7 as a blocker.
Yeah, but I don't really see the 1 moving more out that way, so he's always going to leave it look. Yeah, I agree with Chang here, giving it back. Oh, this is very interesting, playing that with inside.
Yeah,
and
that was a good shot.
Well, good try. I think he left a little peak here, but very interesting.
Well, he was able to hit the other side of the 1 and get it moving in that direction. I think that was the key there. He might have left the 110 combo there. You know what I would have done there, Tim? I would have hit the 1 super thin coming off the rail and send the cue ball back up the table, possibly behind the 7. I think he had an option to do that.
Well, I'm not sure about this combo though.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's possible, but it's not impossible. But he's probably wondering, hey, you know, I know I'm down 3-0. Is it worth taking the risk to sell out, especially against a monster like Chang, right?
Yeah, well, I think he just called the bank in the side on the 1.
So he gets automatic position on the 2 if he makes it, so that's not a bad shot at all.
Well, I was thinking maybe just play the safe behind the 6. Because now if you make it by accident in the side, then you hook yourself behind the 6. So it's not sure, and I don't think this 1 ball goes. You can see the edge, but...
Well, he called it. So there's a chance he might see enough.
It's still a long shot though, and probably is running into the 7 to get the 2 ball in the bottom right corner.
Ooh.
Oh. By accident cut the 4 in, which doesn't count as we're playing.
Called the wrong ball.
Call shot 10 ball, of course. Yeah, we would have expected him to cut the 4 in from there. And a little opportunity here. Of course, has a wrong angle to start with. Can go around the 2 ball or run into the 2, a little bump.
Played in the corner pocket.
Just lost the cue ball already a little bit.
And he hit that pretty soft. But maybe he hit it a little too thin. If you hit it on the thicker side, the cue ball ends up slowing down with a fuller hit.
On the other side, he does have a nice angle on the 2 ball. He doesn't really have to do much just to cross over to have the 3 ball in the top left corner or in the right side pocket. See that same line?
Very nice.
It's a good shot there. It's not easy to be shooting under the gun, being 3-0 down, and to come up with shots
with that
like
shot,
that.
yeah. I like coming 1 rail off the 6 ball. This is after he shoots a 5 ball, obviously, to go in a straight line towards that 7 ball.
Yeah, just don't get straight on the 6, which he did well, and I foresee no real trouble here. Just to, yeah, my best advice would be, hey, make sure you check the angles and stay low. I mean, I said check the angles, don't get straight here, come on.
He's actually perfect on that ball. You know, I had the pleasure of meeting him and Aloysius last year at it was actually at the Michigan Open last year, and Sharik, I keep reminding myself, he said remember Shark and you remember Sharik.
Sharik the Shark.
Yeah. And he's improved quite a lot in the last year. He's been really devoting himself to the game.
Yeah, and also Aloysius Jaap, his countryman,
The defending champion.
the defending champion of this tournament. So,
I want to hear the interesting thing about that. when I met him last year, I introduced myself to him, and I was congratulating him on his runner-up finish in the U.S. Open. I said, thank you. I know exactly who you are. And I said, you do? He said, yeah. You won the BC in 2004 when you beat Santos and Bajon in the final in Vegas in the Riviera. And I said, yeah. He said, that was the first match I ever watched in pool, and that's what got me addicted to pool.
Oh, cool.
And I said, wow, that's crazy. So then fast forward to the end of that tournament, I end up doing commentary on his first major win. And I said, wow, what are the odds of you telling me that story? And then I end up doing commentary on
your match.
On your match. It's crazy how life works sometimes.
Well, glad to hear we're being an inspirational factor here. And here we have a focused face from Chang. He's just patiently waiting for that one chance. He doesn't need more. I don't really feel like he's gonna fail under the pressure. He just is waiting for that one little chance. And
well, you can tell that Sharik isn't intimidated easily either. He ran that rack nice and smoothly, and really no problems at all.
Ooh.
But that is not going to get it done.
No, and
it's
needs
a
a little
shame.
luck
He hit him
here.
good.
Yeah, just he only lost the cue ball. The impact, the pop on the break was good. Just aiming, you could see his body. I think that's the problem. His body does fall a little bit to the left side for him, and that's how you just still aim wrong.
Even though you think you're aiming.
You're aiming dead on the ball, and in the moment, because your body starts moving, you just send it the wrong direction. And well, I mean, the balls are spread well for Chang here. I would say if he can get from the nicely on the 3 to the 4, then besides that,
it's a wrap. Yeah.
Yeah. So this to take the first set to Chinese Taipei Chang Yun-Lin.
It's going to follow a bit, I think, to get a proper angle on the 3 ball.
Yeah, just that little bit. And now he can either draw or he can stun off the rail. Could do both.
I always get a kick out of you turning your head sideways whenever we have this overhead view. I love it.
Yeah, I just really check the angles because I don't want to call the wrong shot, you know. So it looks like he's drawing the cue ball softly. Oh, he was trying to play it in the side, and well, of course he still got it, but I think this was quite risky because he was crossing the positional area a little bit. Still okay, he can cut this, maybe some left spin to go, short rail, long rail, to always leave himself nice for the 6 in the side. I like to really load some left spin on this.
Little bumperoni on the 7 possible too. Right, little bumperoni on the 7.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Well, I meant like hit it with a little more speed to put it closer to the side pocket.
Well, I expected him to play a little bit more spin too, but he's okay. And now
he's going to play in the corner. 7 in the corner.
Yeah, needs to draw back just where he was looking at. Just a diamond back, small draw shot. Really needs the golden angle here. Doesn't want to get too straight and didn't really want to get too much angle to work with. And he's okay, but not my favorite angle to travel to the 8. So we'll see.
Yeah,
probably
I prefer to end up on the other side where you just get automatic, position on the 8, just cutting the ball into the corner.
And here I might just stun to the center of the table, or at least just stun straight off the rail. I'm not going to try get perfect on the 9. Stun the cue ball out.
Just like that. Now this is always contested, but not wrong, precisely wrong. 1 rail, 2 rails to shoot the 8 at the 10 ball in the.
In this case, I'm playing 1.
Yeah, I think so. You don't have enough angle.
And the cue ball could really go out too much by the spin. Like it would make everything a lot difficult aiming wise. No risks, and Chen takes the first lead here. Wins the first set 4-1. And we'll go for a short break and continue with set 2. I'll be right back. We are back here with Sharik, Syed to start the second set, as Chang started the first set, so it's only fair to have the other player start the other one. And had a good break before, just lost the cue ball. Let's see if he can square up a little bit. Hit it straight, boy. This is way better. Both balls went too short to the side, and besides that, nothing else is moving.
Yeah, you know how it is, Tim. It's very difficult to win if you fail to pocket balls on the break.
Especially playing a player like Chang.
Yeah.
World-class player. Not an easy starter.
Just going to draw back to the center of the table.
Oh, he could play low right. Could play low left.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That was completely unexpected.
Yeah, well,
wow.
he actually didn't really need to put that much spin on there. He could have done with just coming straight off.
Yeah.
Instead of that much spin. And, well, yeah, this is just what Sharik was waiting for, because like I said, last match similar situation, lost the first set 4-1 and then probably got something to gain some momentum from, and he still won that second set against Carlo. So let's see if he could pull off the same thing here. Everything is spread pretty nicely. I don't really see any problems except for maybe getting perfect for the 7 in the side, which should be doable. I like to be nice and close on this 6 to
to be able to roll it in.
Yeah, just to make sure I can really focus on getting perfect on that 7. Stun left.
He should be able to hold it there, no problem. I don't see him having any problems holding it here. Little left to straighten it out a bit, because the table is sliding.
Yep. Probably a diamond out, maybe diamond and a half for the 7 in the side. Of course, he can decide to go 3 rails or do a lot of stuff, but I like to keep it short and easy.
You notice how he swiveled there, right? He aimed the cue ball dead center, and then he swiveled for the left.
Yeah.
So it's so interesting how you have so many players that will use the swivel method, and then you have others that will go straight and address a cue ball with the spin to begin with. I asked Federer about that after our match today, and he doesn't swivel either. He goes straight to the spin.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's how I play as well. But the Cole brothers, they swivel.
So a little stun shot probably to the long rail. Can also decide to draw directly. He's playing stun right probably. Well, just trying to go to the other side. Okay. Played good speed there, and this I expect. Oh. I expect Sharik to take the lead in this second set here.
Wonder why he didn't follow there.
Yeah, he could easily just follow up. Came awfully close to the corner pocket. But he shoots and he scores here. Takes the first lead. Sharik Syed from Singapore. He's leading against Chang Yunling from Chinese Taipei. And this looks like the perfect opportunity to thank our sponsors and partners, of course. We haven't done that yet, so we would like to thank Seybert's Billiard Supplies, Predator Cues, and CueSports International. And our US Pro Billiard Series partners are Kamui, Alpha Coin, Jam Up Apparel, and Medalla Light. Thank you all for supporting us. Without you guys, it would be impossible to have this great series with the best players on the planet. Thank you. here we go.
I feel like he has to give the break a little more oomph, a little more pop, because I feel like he kind of held back on the stroke a bit last time he broke.
Especially needs more follow through,
Mhm.
I think, to make the balls move more. That's
You see how he stopped it? He stopped
he
it.
really has that short pop.
He made the ball. He made a ball, but he's not spreading him well.
Yeah, he's not really having a long follow through. Like you can see, he really stops there. And
Yeah.
like real short, well, not a poke, but it looks like he's poking the cue ball.
If I stop my stroke like that in the middle of the break, my cue stick sways to one side or the other. I have a lot of spin.
Yeah, but in this case it worked. He made the 9 ball in the top left corner and has the 1 ball with angle to travel to the 2 ball. Just has to make it. It's quite a thin cut, and especially if you, because I like to play this with a little left spin.
Mm-hmm.
Will be tough.
So do I, yeah.
Will be tough to judge because it's still a thin cut. Can also choose to go around the 2 ball.
Yeah, 4 rails is a possibility depending on whether or not he made it. Oh, but he ran into the 7, didn't he? Wow, look at this.
Oh, well, that worked out.
What a massive roll there. And you know, sometimes to win matches and even events, Tim, you need rolls like that.
Yeah, he certainly cannot complain there. And now if he can get straight on the 3, because that would be really nice to start setting himself up nicely to travel to the 5 ball.
Mm-hmm.
That 5 ball is, well, getting on the 5 ball is key shot for me.
Yeah.
If he can get close to the spot, maybe in the center of the rack on the 5, then he has a good angle to travel to the 6. So expect him to play a stop shot here.
And would you play the 6 in the lower left-hand corner pocket?
Considering where the 5 ball is now, I would say yes, because it's so tough to get straight enough on the 5 to get to the short side of the 6, and he's left himself a little tough on this 4. Maybe he can still play a lot of follow and right spin to get in between the 5 and the 10, but
yeah, he's going to go 1 rail here.
yeah.
Now that I see the angle.
Top right.
Very nice.
Oh, it's a little speedy though.
That's perfect, actually.
Oh, yeah. Good speed. Looked like it was gonna bounce a little bit more, but it did not. And now he can go 3 rails around.
I like 4 rails here, like you said.
Yeah, 3 to 4 rails to get to the other side of the 6. Just get on that long rail.
It's too risky to just try to draw.
Well, especially because the 5 is so close to the rail, like it doesn't grab the draw that fast.
Well, not just that, but what I tell people, look at this.
Oh.
Wow, he caught a butter roll there. Wow.
Well,
but I tell people when you choose follow over draw, when you're drawing, you're going away from the 6, whereas when you're following, you're coming towards the 6.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be coming towards the ball instead of going away from the ball.
Oh yeah, I really agree there. And it was his second roll.
He just came a little too close, towards the 6 ball.
I mean, I like to be close, but this is he over-exaggerated a little bit. Oh, used all of the pocket there, but he's still okay. And needs some more traveling to do. This is an interesting position. Multiple ways that he can play. He can play with a lot of left. Can go forward, 3 rails.
Decided to go 1 rail. He actually hit that pretty
like
good.
this. Yeah, I like that.
Pure stun and widen the angle with the spin.
And this to take a 2-0 lead in this set. After a good break. Break a run for Sharik Sayed against Chang Lin.
So he's a coach for a snooker association that was started by Ronnie O'Sullivan, right? The Rocket. And I've always said, because when I was in my 20s and I was practicing about 10 to 12 hours a day, part of my practice regimen was practicing half-hour a day on a snooker table with pool balls, not with snooker balls. Because when I tried doing it with snooker balls, the pool balls all of a sudden felt like softballs.
Yeah.
And when I practiced on the snooker table back then, 30 minutes a day, because the room I used to play out of, Chelsea Billiards in Manhattan many years ago, had billiard table, pool tables, and snooker tables. The pool tables, after playing on the snooker table, felt like I was playing on a 7-footer. Everything seemed so easy.
Yeah, I used to play quite a bit of snooker myself, and I felt like my execution was really nice always after, because if you make some long shots on the snooker table, then when you get on the pool table, you will execute so much better.
Mm-hmm.
But it does wear off. It doesn't stay for a long time. You do adjust again to pool table, so it's just a quick fix.
Gotcha.
That's what I learned throughout the years. But you can see a lot of snooker players having that background. Well, pool players having a snooker player background.
Mm-hmm.
The pocketing abilities are
Ridiculous, yeah.
yeah. Let's see if he does the same thing or.
Stopped
Okay,
it again.
Yeah, no, but he got a little
Yeah.
bit more forward. This time was
Yeah.
a little bit
He
more
controlled
smooth.
it better.
Yeah, and this was a monster break. Here we see again. Now he went just a little bit longer. Not much. We still did a little poke. But he's made the 3 in the side and perfect on the 1 ball here.
I mean, that's the kind of break it takes to beat someone like Cardo Beato, who he beat earlier, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a winner's qualification match. So a lot at stake here. And let's see what he does with this 4 ball.
I think he's good there. I think he's going to go 2 rails, possibly 3, to play the 4 in the lower or the upper left-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, I like that too. Just top left.
Yep, he got there.
Oh, doesn't want to get on the rail. Oh,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah, he might not have a choice but to run into the 10 here and take a much tougher shot on the 5 ball than he originally anticipated, unless he elevates. Would you
Yeah.
consider elevating on the shot, Tim? It's not an easy shot to make when you're
Well,
frozen on the
it's
rail.
frozen on
Yeah.
the rail, and no,
I'd rather give myself a chance at winning the game instead of risking missing the ball. He's gonna elevate a bit. I mean, if
Well,
you're
I'm
going to
d-
run into the 10, I'd rather hit it with enough follow so that when you run into the 10, the cue ball can trickle forward a bit more and give myself a slightly better angle in the 5.
Yeah, well, I like that. I like to play it at least with some speed, not to just soft roll it in and bump the 10 soft. I like a little bit more speed. Oh, and he caught the
Yeah.
down part of the 10, and he might have got himself behind the 10 after.
I didn't expect the angle that I saw. It didn't look like he was going to hit the bottom of the 10. It looked like he was going to hit it dead on, right?
I think it really depended on where he would make the 4 in the pocket as well. He might have made it a little bit more on the thick side.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's calling the side pocket 3-rail shot. That would have been a massive game to go ahead 3-0.
well, maybe. Oh,
2 rails. He's going to go 2 rails.
2 rails and needs to get behind
Look at
the
that.
10. Does
Look
he
at
get
that.
there? Oh,
Look at that brawl.
That's a huge
Wow.
roll. Oh, boy. Oh, and a little aggravated Chang. I don't really get to see him.
It's
That
because
aggravated
it's
many
because
times.
of this that when I ran my Predator tour in New York for 12 years, I used to have the call shot, call safety rules where if you call the shot and you miss, and I didn't like the position you left me, I can make you shoot again. So you're actually paying for your mistake.
Yeah.
You lose a 2-way shot, but you also lose 90% of the luck factor.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the game. I don't hate it. I mean, he's had his fair share of luck in the first set,
course.
and now
Ooh.
Sharik is playing better in the second set. So, and this is ball in hand for Sharik to go on the hill. And just, I think that 9 ball is perfect in front of the side. So, yeah, I would say, if I can say something, it's cutting the 7 in and traveling to the 8, which might cause a little problems, but well, he got a little straight on the 6. Expected him to play more angles. I don't like to be straight all the time. That's,
yeah, I don't like that
always
either. I like to
the
have
small
options.
Angles,
Yeah. I mean, here, even if he were to draw the cue ball exactly to where he's at, or a little short, he's in good shape there to get back up for the 8. Doesn't need to hit the 7 hard at all in order to get it up table, because he's hitting so little of the ball, the cue ball is going to retain most of his speed.
So now key shot here. If he gets completely straight on the 8, then things might get a little difficult. Anything else should be okay as long as he can have a shot at the 8.
That's why when I teach my students to shot, Tim, I tell them hit it with enough speed so that the cue ball's coming off the top rail and then out. That way you guarantee yourself an angle.
Yeah, he's got there.
Whereas if you try to stop exactly there, that's a mistake, because most of the time if you overhit it, you end up straight.
Yeah. And now he can go 2 rails forward. And we'll see.
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, and we'll see Sharik Syed from Singapore on the hill here in the second set against Chang Jung Lin from Taipei. It's been a high standard so far. Chang ran in the first set. And now it's Sharik beating Chang up a little bit here. So 3-0. And we'll go for a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We are back here at the Seybert's Michigan Open. We had a small break. Chang took his break as well. And now we're ready to continue in this second set. Sharik Syed leading 3-0 over Chang. And had one not so good break. And besides that, all his breaks were quite good. We would like to see a little bit more swing in there.
Well, the last one that he did was his best one, I thought.
Yeah, his swing was a little longer there. And this one is great as well. Look at this. And oh.
Yeah, it was a nice break. Did he get rewarded?
I
Nope.
don't think so. And tough luck there. Good break. You see, really squatted the cue ball, stops there. And
I
it's
know it was
6 ball.
unfortunate that he got kicked in, and plus a 1 ball went in too. That didn't help either.
But he's still at the table. That's what I always teach my students. I tell them, listen, the way is to just make a ball. It's not always about having position after. Just make sure you're still at the table.
You're in control of the table. The only bad thing about it is when you're in control of the table after the break, you are at a disadvantage when you push out because now your opponent decides. So you have to be very smart about the push out.
Yeah, this is interesting. He pushed to leave the kick. I like kicking from the back here, the kick and stick. That's how I call it, top left. And I think Chang has a perfect angle. He can kick the 2 up table using the long rail, probably towards the 5, and leave the cue ball just, well, in this view, in between the rail and the 2.
Yeah, and this one is dependent on whether or not he brings a 2 ball far enough to the left side of the table. Because if the cue ball stops right there and he keeps it by where the 5 is, he'll still let him see the 2.
Well, it looks like this is going to be a good shot.
Yep.
Yep.
Hit it perfectly. You hit it perfectly.
Got covered by 2 balls, the 9 and the 5, and well, he's not sure.
He can jump it.
He can jump it. I'm just not sure where.
He definitely can't see it.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe kicking from the short rail, but he's jumping here, and I'm not really sure where he could bring the 2 ball to. I just know that he could hide the cue ball behind the 5 or the 6, but
yeah, but he also risks a scratch if he hits too much draw and hits it at a certain thickness.
well, and like you know, it's tough because you have so much speed on the cue ball as well, because it needs to travel all the way to the other side of the table. That 2 ball will have a lot of speed. It will come back.
Look at that.
Oh, he got a nice bump on the 6, and where is it ending? Oh, can't complain there.
Chang can definitely see the 2, but the 6 does not go.
No.
The billiard shot.
No, I expect him to bang the 2 ball just away past the 9 and get the cue ball softly behind the 6.
Well, use the 6 as a stopper, right?
Like
you see how I slowed it down? It stopped the speed of the cue ball a bit.
Just wasn't trying to bump the 9 with the 2. But he's okay. He got there and needs a really precise kick here, Sharik. Can kick 1 rail and needs to hit the left side of the 2. And possibly he can call it in the side just in case. And
I think he just called the 10 just in case. I don't see how the 10 could possibly go there, but he called it just in case. I think the better shot to call is a 2 ball.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have room to make the 10.
Oh, and that's a
he
foul.
hit the 10 ball first.
Yep. So ball in hand for Chang, and well, Chang has been in his chair a bit here in this set, so let's see if he still feels ready to go. He was playing quite fast in the first set, so
over here, use a little bumperoni to bump the 5 out of the way. Oh, not even.
No. Oh,
I didn't think he had room to do that, but he obviously did. It's just he has a little bit more angle, so he has to be very careful with the speed getting to the 4 here. It's not easy to kill the speed of the cue ball on this table.
Well, he did good there. And like we said earlier, he doesn't have to bring the cue ball all the way back to the short rail. Just low left, just land just in front of the 7 and leave yourself a nice angle to work with. Just like that. Perfect angle to go to the 6. Can either choose to play 1 rail. Some players really like to let the stroke out and go short rail, short rail.
Yeah. I like hitting the bottom rail. Again, I hit it with enough speed to make sure that it bounces at least by 6 inches or so.
Yeah, I'd also like to play 2 rails here. And oh, doesn't want to get bridging over the 10.
I think he's good there.
Yeah.
He can even go 2 rails past the 9 ball there.
Yeah, a little preference here. Like, I really feel like you're the follow type of guy. I really like to go forward all the time instead of drawing, forcing the cue ball all the time.
He might go 1 rail towards the 7. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to feel comfortable with it.
No, he
Not
goes-
even. Look, he just drew it straight back. And like you said, it's a preference shot.
It's a perfect shot. I
Yeah.
just don't like it.
Hmm.
It's not my preference, but that's also the beauty of the game. And now he can play low left or high right. He's a more clinical player, so he plays low left. He doesn't really look shocked after being down 3-0. He just does exact same thing like he.
Yeah, his facial expression never changes. It's always killer-like.
Yeah, and takes the first game to Chinese Taipei. Still down 3-1, but maybe a small comeback in the making. And the Pro Billiard Series does have a busy fall period coming, because there's still 2 more US Pro Billiard Series events coming. We got the one in Ohio, of course, Wilmington, Ohio. And then after we have the Puerto Rico Open together with 2 World Championships.
Yeah, that's really exciting. The World APO Championships.
And the World Junior
Mhm.
Championships as well. And then also the Pro event. So there will be a nice,
And the women's event, too. Women are going to be there as well.
yeah, and all in November. Really looking forward to.
That's going to be a
See all that.
spectacular event.
Yeah, and the field for Ohio is already full. So we're looking for pretty successful Pro Billiard Series tour this year. Oh, look at this.
Look at
What
that
a big break.
Wow, that 3 was heading, it got kicked in the side, but it was
Wow.
heading straight for the corner. 4 ball's in a bit of a tough spot there.
I mean, it was an amazing break. The only
Yeah.
thing what I am really surprised about is he broke so well from the side. And yet he still changed to the center.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an interesting choice. I'm not sure why or what, but he's in control.
Maybe he feels more confident breaking from the center and ending up controlling the cue ball and hopefully getting a shot. Some players feel that way.
Interesting shot played here by Chang Yun-Lin. Decided to bang the 1 ball over to get more cover. And can he go in between the 6 and the rail?
Well, he's going to try to go 3 rails.
Yeah, if he can hit it 3 rails
That's
and
why he
kick
called
it
it in
from
the
the
side,
back,
yeah.
then
If he can stick the cue ball there and send the 1 towards there, towards the bottom part of the table, then he's in good shape.
yeah, I was always also looking at kicking past the 6
Mm-hmm.
and kick and stick the cue ball there and kick the 1 ball away hard, but I like I like the 3 rails. I like it. If he ends up on the first diamond on the short rail, then even though if he doesn't really stick the cue ball there, there's a good chance to be safe here.
Yep, he hit
Just
it
like
great.
that. That's a great hit there from
Yeah.
Sharik Syed.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as good as you can hit it and play, well, I mean, you know, just enough speed to play safe.
There is a 110 combination to the side though, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much Chang can see from this long rail. No, he's decided to kick the 1 in the corner. Probably with some speed because he will like to see some distance.
Well, he needs to make sure he hits it. Look at that.
This is
Should have
some
called the
speed.
10 in the side.
Oh boy. And I
Wow.
called it.
Yeah.
Wow. So Sharik, because Chang made a ball which he didn't call,
Mm-hmm.
Sharik has the option to either give it back or play it himself. And of course he has a look on the 1, but sometimes the balls are spread so funny that you
Yeah.
might still not shoot it yourself. So
I wonder if he's thinking of hitting the 1 off the 4 and sending it towards the 1 while trying to place a cue ball behind the 7.
well, maybe he's thinking about shooting the 1 over the 4 to the short rail
Mm-hmm.
and bringing the cue ball back behind the 10.
Yes.
Like this. I like
Like-
this.
Yeah. That's a good shot.
And a little unfortunate to leave the gap, but both balls on the rail, which is already extremely tough.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a little awkward spot. Not much that Chang can do here. decided to just not really give up something, and I think.
And he probably gave up the set. Maybe. I mean, it's not easy to get to the 2 here.
No, it's
He's
pretty
got
tough,
to get.
yeah.
He has to get by that close to that 9 ball as much as possible without hitting it if he wants to play the 2 in the same pocket as the 1. Unless he decides to go back and forth and play the 2 ball in either one of the bottom pockets.
Well, he might be able to play with top left. Just go past it.
That's what I said. You got to get as close to the 9, but he overhit it. He might still be in good shape here. Only if he can get past that 9.
Well, he's definitely a little stuck with the 5 there. So he can still also cut it to the left. It's a little preference here.
Sometimes, you know, you can use a ball to your advantage. If you can hit the bottom of the 9 ball to go off it and come off the rail, that's a possibility. Unless he's going to play the 4 on the side and go past the 9. It's a little tough to tell from this angle.
Oh, and he overcut it.
But look, you see he hit the bottom of the 9, brought the cue ball back to the center of the table for the 4.
Yeah,
he just missed the ball, unfortunately.
Well, he might have been focused so much on having the kiss right.
That's why you need to make up your mind, trust it, and then focus on making the shot.
Yeah, it's a real different progress. You really do all the thinking and the shot preparation before you go down, and when you're down, you just focus on making the shot.
That's right.
Can he go? He decided to run into the 8. Yeah, I was not sure if he had something to go to the 4, and he's in no man's land here.
Yeah, I think the mistake he made there is no matter what, he was going to run into the 8. He needed to check to see how much of the 8 he was going to hit. That way he can determine what speed to hit it with. He's going to play safe here, looks like. Nice shot. Can't tell if you let him see a piece of it.
But I'm pretty sure there's no open shot there.
If you let him see a piece of it, I'm wondering if he can like hit it super thin, try to minimize the movement of the 4 ball and get the cue ball underneath the 10.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he has that.
The 4 ball's quite close to the rail.
Is he going to jump?
Oh, it looks like it. What did he? Did he call the 4?
I don't know if he called the 4 or not.
Did he maybe call the 5?
Oh, look at this. A 5 stopped in front of the 4.
Well, he definitely has a result there. And Chang was going to look to get this jump cue out, but I'm not sure about jumping here.
I like how he controlled the cue ball there. That's kind of the reason why he was able to get the 4 on that side off the 5.
So is Chang shooting to make the 4 here, or is he just trying to stop the cue ball and send it 3 rails over?
He just called it 2 rails in the side, I guess. He's calling it in the side. I don't know if he can go past the 10, to be honest with you.
Oh, wow.
Look how great.
As long as the 9 ball doesn't go, or the 4. Oh, he managed well there.
But look how great the control was on that cue ball. He hit it dead on. Dead square.
But he has left a 4-9 combination here, so the jump cue is out again from Sharik.
Very nice. Wow, that was a one hell of a shot. Didn't get rewarded for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much you can see from this 4, but here we see again the jump 4-9 combination. Looking at jumping again, but
better hurry up.
Yeah, needs to hurry up a bit indeed. Only has 10 seconds left. Call the jump bank. 5 seconds. Yeah,
Too thin, too thin.
He was making sure as well
Yeah.
that the cue ball was come back down table, and then that's something I don't like about that jump bank. Is if you want to go for it, you really just go for it. Like there's no in between. Like I can play the cue ball safe here and here because the 4 is always gonna move.
Yeah.
It has too much speed.
Yeah, you have to hit it with just enough speed to get it over the ball, and that's going to be more than sufficient speed.
Yeah, and don't give this man an open shot because he's making them. It's a good shot on the 4, and Chang is definitely looking here to avoid the shootout. I don't really remember any shot he's missed until now.
I can't remember one.
So you can kill the cue ball here, low left. Just enough draw to have the cue ball stop there, but not full draw. Or send over for the 7 in the bottom right. Doesn't want to go too far, as there was still a scratch if he would end up too high. Still okay. Okay, decided to give himself a little longer 8 ball. Quite surprised to not see him play forward and go for the 8 in the side.
But it is Chang.
Yeah.
Right? You don't see it miss too often, I can tell you that. When you do see it, it's a shocker.
Yeah, such a straight shooter, and this 10 ball to close the gap to 3-2. Chang Yun Lin is fighting back here. Still down 3-2, but doesn't really look like we can really make him weak or look weak. He just keeps doing the same thing, and big fight in him. That's why he's one of the great gamblers out there as well. He's just has no give up and keeps fighting all the time.
You know, I didn't know that Chang and Aloysius Yap gamble like 200 a set. They've been doing it for years. Until I walked into Grips in Vegas when we were there in March, and they were there playing, and I was told that they were gambling by Sharik, and that they've been doing that for years, for practice.
Well, it's for sure the best practice you can get. And
Look at that! Look at that! He broke from the corner
broke
again.
from the side again because.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this!
Uh,
Wow!
Oh.
That's what I call the last minute entry. Wow, the last minute entry got him. Look at that 8 ball. Look at that 8 ball just spinning slowly.
Well, and quite some emotion I seen there on his face. He is fighting so hard to still get back in this set, which I like to see. I like the players that really have no give up in them and really keep playing the right shots and the right speeds and the right kicking. Like, that's what I like to see.
Yeah, what's the point of playing if you're not going to give it your all, right?
Yep. So he's playing push out here. Can put the cue ball anywhere on the table, but your opponent has the option to either give it back or play it themselves. And I'm kicking here for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I would take this as well.
Because there's so many, even if you miss, if you hit it wrong, you could still get lucky. If you kick it a lot of right spin, you can get behind the 7-2 with the cue ball. If you hit it, or if you overcut it. Now if you hit it straight in the face, you have the 10 and the 8 as a blocker. So there's a big.
And even if you run into the 7 and you hit it dead on, the 7 will stop the speed of the cue ball. If you hit the side of the 7, the cue ball will run into the 2 and stop the cue ball. It's just so many good things can happen.
Yeah, there's a big spot on this 1 ball. Yeah, just like this.
There you go.
How well has he hit that?
Oh, he put him in a bad spot here.
Yeah, he locked him up real bad.
He's going to have to go 2 rails on this one.
I mean,
Doesn't look like he can get past that 2 ball.
No,
So I think he's looking to see if he can. I don't think he can.
I don't think there's a gap. I'm using my commentator's privileges here to check if there's a gap. I don't see it. And well, he's jumping because, okay, I do like this. It's a really small edge of both balls he's going over. And, well, otherwise he needs to use a short rail and jump over the balls.
But this is super close. So I think he's going to focus more on jumping over the 2 than he is a 7.
Yeah.
And if he does end up doing that, he's going to have to hit it on the left side of the 1. But be careful, because if you hit it too hard and you hit the left side of the 1 and it's still jumping a lot, the cue ball might jump off the table.
Well,
You see how it hit the top of the rail?
and
He hit that great.
I mean, it worked out for sure as well. He left Sharik a tough 1-5 combination, and I'm pretty safe to say he really saved himself out of jail there.
Yeah, he got out of a jam for sure. The key there, though, is ignoring the 7 and just focusing on jumping over the 2 to hit the left side of the 1.
Yeah, not an easy shot here. Is he going to just roll up on the 5? I think it's tough. There's not much, and he's used his extension just now. I mean, I think he might have to go for this. I really don't see anything else. And it has a big reward too. If he makes the 1-5 with stun, and he can get the cue ball into the 4. I mean, you always see the 1, and
Yeah, the 1's hitting enough the side of the 5 will still have some movement after it makes it.
does he get behind the 6?
Wow.
That's a super shot as well.
Yeah.
And it's under big pressure. He knows he needs to take this game. If it gets hill, we have to favor Chang.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he expected the cue ball to go to that side, though. I think he was going to. I think he was trying to stop it on this side of the 6. I don't think he meant to go behind it like that. But nevertheless, that was one hell of a combination on the 5.
yeah, and has left himself a little, quite some angle on this 2 ball. So I expect him to just go in between the 7 and the 8 with stun right, to leave himself a little longer on the 4.
So he's going to go between the 10 and the 8, correct?
Well, I was thinking maybe the 7 and the 8.
I see.
Because there is a big scratch.
I see.
He
I
might
just thought he could hit it full enough, right?
Oh.
It looked like it. It looked like he could hit it full enough to get past it.
Well, he put quite some stroke on there.
Well, you know, also this cloth is new, so the ball draws easily if you can get a full enough hit, that is. If it's a thinner hit,
Well,
not really.
he just barely missed that 8, and he got really nice on the 4. So
And
this
we might
is-
have a shootout, bud.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look like it. If he can get straight on the 7, stop shot, 8 in the side, and so needs a little bit more traveling on the 7. Didn't get straight.
Yeah.
Possibly go 2 rails forward. Has a big landing zone though.
You just have to guard yourself against the 10. And I don't mean, either going behind it or ending up where you have to shoot over it.
Yeah.
Did he hit that one too soft?
No, it looks
No,
good.
that's perfect.
Looks good. Natural angle too. He can choose. He can play with a little inside to go to the left side of the 9. He can choose to play a little right spin to go to the short side. Oh, would like to be straight. Oh, he's got on the rail, which makes everything a little uncomfortable here.
It makes it a little interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Because now you might have to shoot the 10 in the opposite side pocket or in the lower right-hand corner.
Yeah, I
all
think it will be
depends which
lower
one.
right corner
Yeah, it all
because
depends how he feels.
if he jacks up to play stun, he's running into the 10. So, let's see. I like going to the second diamond on the rail.
Oh!
Ooh,
For a
he
second
really
there, I
cheated the
thought,
bucket there.
for a second there, I thought he missed that.
But he saved himself there, and this is to go to a shootout. Sharik Sayed takes his second set, 4-2 against Chang Lin. And we'll go for a short break. Stay with us for the shootout. And we're back here at the Seybert's Michigan Open with the deciding shootout between Chang Lin and Sharik Sayed. Chang won the leg, so he has the option to start which side, and they're playing 4 shots each. Switching sides. This is the first one. Chang shoots, and it goes in.
Wow, look how close he came to that corner pocket.
So he also had the option to choose himself to start first, or Sharik. But now every player, well, most of the players choose to start themselves because they can immediately put the other player under a lot of pressure. So Sharik, who beat Carlo Biado earlier today in a shootout. Let's see what kind of damage he can do. It's different though. They're still playing with the 30-second shot clock, so no time to get settled down. It's time to
get busy.
Yeah, get straight or go home.
Mm-hmm.
Sharik Sayed shooting here to level the score. Oh, he's missed the first one. So the opportunity goes to Chang.
The advantage, yeah, the advantage goes to Chang if he keeps pocketing his. Only hope for Sharik now is a Chang miss.
Which we haven't really seen Chang miss in the last 2 sets he's played, so let's see if he likes this side. Eyes on the prize.
Ooh, banked that one in, but he still made it.
Well, he still got there, and he's up 2-0. We see nice replay. Ooh, that was not comfortable, and maybe just a little pressure still here in the arena. Sharik Sayed needs this one. Doesn't want to be down 2-0.
No. When I was down 2-0 in spot shots against Federer earlier, I thought literally I had no shot of winning, and I was shocked he missed I made the next 2, and then he missed the last 2. I said, wow. Nice shot.
Shoots
Watch
and
the side
goes in.
pocket.
Watch
Watch
the
the
cue
side
ball
pocket.
though.
Watch the side pocket.
Oh boy.
Yep. I saw it as soon as he hit it.
It's such a big swing going
Wow.
2-1 or
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
2-0.
That hurts. That one hurts.
oh boy. And it's just where he's putting the cue ball. If he puts the cue ball a little bit more to the left or the right, changes the path of the cue ball so much differently.
He knew it too. That's why he stayed there.
So Chang shooting for the match here and to qualify for the single elimination. And it goes in. Takes the win. Chang Yunlin from Taipei beats Sharik Syed in a deciding shootout. 3-2. 3-0, I'm sorry. In a very exciting match. Both players played really well. Thank you all for joining. This was Tony Robles and Tim de Ruiter in the booth.
Thank you, Tim.
And we would like to see you again at 9 p.m. local time here in Michigan. Thank you.